Trust me, you is not as clever. It's a lot of feathers that's gon' flock together. You're masculine and feminine ain't matching, so you mixing shit. That is no relationship, you're not together. All about the cheese, bitch, no mozzarella. This some cold shit, and I'm gonna be hot forever. Yeah, birds and the bees. Tell me what's the word on the street. Only do is working for me. All about the first 2 and 3. Yeah, about to get in a flight. Archangel Uriel, I got plenty advice. Standing in the daytime, then I sit in the night. With the fire that's inside, bring my visions to life. Baby, this is the life. Racing up in space, tell the esoteric GPS to take me to that place. Damn. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. Yeah. Spirit circles, we keep going. This world we in is purple and it's golden. These demons out here lurking and they soulless, but they shit never working on the chosen. Bitch, I'ma tell you like this. Yeah. Those esoteric waters, yes, I need a bath. Life feels good when you being bad. This song feels just like a dream I had. Yeah, I'm ready to blow. Call me up, girl, when you're ready to go. Yeah, I'ma tell you now that it's heaven for sure. Yeah, I've been looking for you. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars, we lit flights, brighten up the sky, quasars and shit. Always off the trees like guitars and pick, yeah. I gotta focus mine. As you're traveling, I need you, girl, up on my side. We on the ocean side. I'm pulling up and girl, I wanna take you on a ride. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. I ain't never been here before. Take me to that place. Yeah.
Put on that space, buttercream, Neptune flunk right behind it, uncircumcised frontal lobe flat behind your neck head. And then I don't go no further than that. That's it. Oh, that's that real stuff. Now we're gonna talk about some Mercury energies and stuff like that. You know, Mercury getting ready to go in retrograde, but besides the fact that it's conjunct in Mars right now, and you know it's in like a good versus wrestling match right now, death stage, 4-corner celebrity death match. Ain't none of them celebrities. They both smack monkeys. You know, one is at work all day and one is in La La Land all day. But for the most part, you can know which ones is that. Who at work all day? Mercury and Mars. Who in La La Land all day? Saturn and Neptune. And we dealing with some extensive retrograde energies with these diggity things. So you're going to have to know how to do some strange things for a piece of change to obtain the things on your brain when it comes to your flunked out ass, the other energies you be into that you pray for. You know what I'm saying? But if you put yourself into the right circumstance right now, you know, you'll be able to be self-aware. And that's what I'm here for, to give the good knowledge, good speculatism, operative energy, so you can know how it's constructed in your mind and you can know what's being instructed in front of you as far as the events you get ready to experience. So, you know, I broke it down all clear for you. We're going to get down into the houses as far as your ascendants, and we're going to break down into the natural energies we all need to be aware of as far as our sun and moon signs. And, you know, slightly talking about Mercury through Saturn, too. You know, outer planets is this correlated to, you know, the position that you play as far as your age group and what you was indoctrinated with when you came out your mother's lower spinal cord. So, you know, with this Mercury energy right now, let's get it down. Let's break it. Well, you know, I like to talk for a little bit. You know, I like to break down spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because it just get my mind right. I don't know what get y'all mind right, but talking spiritual get my mind right. I'm saying, or I wouldn't have 4,000 videos. So obviously this is something important to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people might sit at the crib and come up with other ideas, but what's in living proof and reality shows what's actually important to you. And a lot of people, like 95% of the world, we know what's more important to them is just sitting around thinking all day. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, when you start developing abilities from these thought processes, it start to play out in the physical world anyway, because you might get frustrated when you ain't got the ability to do it. I go back all the way to my early stages. I got frustrated if I ain't have no camera. So I got frustrated if I ain't got no Wi-Fi. I got frustrated if I ain't got no umbilical cords, USB cords, flash disks and all that. You know what I'm saying? I get frustrated. Then before I know it, I ain't have to be frustrated no more, because all the abilities that I was on the right path, God made sure that, okay, this is you on the right path for it. So I'm going to put you in a position where you ain't got to be frustrated, because you ain't going to take advantage of what I just gave you that's going to produce anything that you would have been frustrated about anyway. You know what I'm saying? When you got an ability, you only supposed to be frustrated anytime you got fart clouds as far as people, places, and things around you that prevent you from doing things. When you ain't doing nothing anyway, you just open the door for all kind of demons and people who match your same energy, because you the birds with the same feather. You might think you ain't, because you are privy to some more information or knowledge or spiritual stuff than another individual. But if you ain't putting into action, you not making it work for you. So you're still opening the door for your circumstance you already in, while being aware of a better position that you could be in. And then if you're not dealing with that fart cloud energy itself, as far as self-accountability, self-realization and stuff like that, you're going to stay stuck in that position, aka what you was already in and where you can see yourself appearing to be, because you was risen to some other knowledge that these individuals that you still around and you share feathers with wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So you just a person who know a little bit more, but is only useful for conversations with other individuals who don't know as much as you. So how is you speaking life into what you want to do and create and manifest and materialize? You see what I'm saying? You just somewhere being a demon, making a heaven and making people around you be in a hell, because eventually that's going to lead into guilt tripping. You expecting them to help you in ways that they can't help. Their mind not in that attribute. They're not interested as much as in them things as you are. So for the most part, that's just God reminding you, once you go with your soul tribe, why you keep wasting time? It don't even matter if it look like somebody you share the same blood with. God will give you that question in your mind and start being like, why are you wasting time? Even if this person can help you, they can't help you the way you want to be helped, the way you want to be helped, based on the direction of your gifts and talents. So you don't have to burn bridges with this family, friend, associate, or coworker, but you do need to start spreading your time out a little bit more, so you can start spending time around people, places, and things that do match your energy. God will show you that, though. And every now and then, it'll be little situations that you held on so long in a gas and liquid world that manifested in a solid world, that may manifest justifications from these people that got expectations out of you to kind of feel weird about your decisions. That's going to happen. That's life. You know what I'm saying? But how you think you got here? I hope you ain't think it was all to the good to your mother's mother, to your father's mother. You know what I'm saying? Your father probably got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they start talking about, hey, mom, hey, dad, shit, I think I got somebody pregnant. They ain't about to hear that part. They about to hear, hey, did you think about a job? Did you think about your own apartment? Did you think about your own? You know what I'm saying? They start thinking about that first before you even can get to the support part that you thought you was about to get ready to lead the conversation to. Before you even get to that part. I'm saying, like, hey, pops. I'm saying, hey, mom, yeah, I had a kid. And before you even can finish that, you got somebody pregnant. Hey, did you figure out what kind of job you go? You know what I'm saying? What kind of mechanic? What kind of school you about to go? You know what I'm saying? What kind of street you about to live on? So you got the peep game. You know what I'm saying? It's about time to be an adult, figure out what's going on, because you got to build up that process before you make physical plans. You know what I'm saying? Not physical plans before you come to conclusions of making deep decisions like that, like having kids and stuff like that. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Everything builds a rapport. You got to get there. First, you got to build something with someone, and that might not even be the case that y'all even have children. But a lot of times, if you're doing things for God and stuff, God got y'all focused on some type of mission or something like that. So you know it's something you're supposed to be a part of. You know it's something you're supposed to do. You know it's others you're supposed to do it with, even down to a specific person. But it's when we in our own egos, we don't necessarily participate with that energy, and then we create ways of making it seem like that don't make sense. And then this is really us running away from what God is actually trying to give us, regardless of what experience we may be refusing at the moment. You see what I'm saying? We have to learn how to see the broader picture through things, because it may not even necessarily deal with the specific people, places, and things, but just the energy that you're matching will lead you to that. And without those experiences, you still block your energies and stuff like that. So you have to peep game too when it comes into this world. and understanding how to ride waves and transits and circumstances. So, you get what's God given for you, regardless of you caring about what God getting ready to give to someone else, or what God getting ready to give to you because of your interaction with someone else. If you go ahead and do what God needs you to do, regardless of, for an example, all the way down to, it may be a situation where you got an enemy and it's a grudge going on and things of that nature, right? Now, this enemy may be so low hanging fruit because they was a bully of yours in some way, shape, or form that, this is their way of feeding off energy. Now you apologizing or accept an apology, or letting bygones be bygones. That you did that for self-realization. You ain't do that for no one else if you understand it from that aspect. Now, it's up to the individual that was bullying you or whatever the case may be for them to understand that and resonate and match the energy. But whatever that they manifest in their life will no longer manifest in your life even when you ain't around them. For an example, I even like to make this an example. You could be on the road, right? Let's say somebody try to road rash or somebody cut you off. So you get set on a mission, set on a path where now you always want to get in your police energy, where anytime you see somebody speeding or something like that, you want something to do with it. And you probably got this person's license plate of who actually did it. So you've been on a mission. So your mind is already representing a certain space you in that's going to manifest all other spirits that's in that space making similar mentalities from their own individual circumstance. Then that all y'all liquids and solids, all y'all gas and liquids going to manifest in the solid world, and y'all all going to meet up at an event. Now, even if it's those same people or not, we all here, bugs, animals. So it could be anybody in that same space that's developing the same gas, ideas, liquid thoughts and feelings that manifest you being at the right time for an event that you participate in being in that same space. And you get ready to meet all the other spirits in reality and the bodies that they in that space. Might be the person that crashed into you or you crashed into them on the road. See what I'm saying? Or the individuals that seen the accident, but they didn't do the accident. So they wasn't as heavy participating in that space in the spiritual world to create all they fart cloud there, so they didn't have most of the percentage level. You and the person you crashed into or who crashed into you had the most percentage level, as all y'all who was aware of the circumstance situation there participate in that spirits, creating that gas, liquid, and for all y'all to create that solid event at that time that y'all was all on that same demon time. You see what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. If you're an individual who don't take everything personal, even if another person is taking it personal and actually casting stones at you, here's what happened. Let's go back to another scenario, but the same situation. A person run you off the road. Instead of you taking it personal, even if they did it personal, you ain't the first person, or you ain't gonna be the last person this person do this to. So this person always drive fast on the road. So instead of you getting set on a path and letting that spirit drag you in the same world they in, so you're matching their energy, you could get into an accident when they ain't even involved and you ain't even got nothing to do with them, because you're matching the same energy to create the events amongst other spirits that's in the same energy. Where if you're not caring about that and you know that spirit probably doing that anyway, then that spirit going to experience a crash or getting pulled over. But guess who ain't on that same time? You. Because you're not somewhere in the back of your mind adding on to that same energy, participating in the solid world. So you end up creating a solid situation where you end up getting pulled over, or you want to or call the cops for somebody to get pulled over because they speeding, because you got that trauma with you now. Or you end up being in an event where you're in the accident now. You see what I'm saying? So keep game. And you can test this on the road too. Let somebody over who you ain't even got necessarily let over. You could just slow down, you could just speed up or slow down or something like that. But let somebody over on the freeway or something like that. I guarantee it's gonna be a time where you don't even necessarily need to be pulled, let over, and someone gonna be open to let you over and shit like that. Those little good karma moments come in handy. Trust me, I do it all the time because I be on the road and I ain't had no license at first. So how you think I got to point A to point B and Uriel still here, ain't get pulled over, ain't have to call no soul group to come save me with their license, nothing. And I did God's mission. Anytime you're on God's mission, you're on that type of time anyway. If I was on some other demonic mission or whatever like that, that type of time would already led to certain actions, right places, right swirling for me to get pulled over and be wrong place, wrong time, because I ain't had no business doing that anyway. When you're doing something for God, it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. You could be doing the same thing, going the same route someone else. Your mind and your mission and your path you going different than theirs is the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So when I was on God time, when I was on the freeway and going all to these same locations that crimes happen at and stuff like that, if there was crimes happening, it don't matter if it was or not. The times I was there, it wasn't. The time I was on the freeway, police ain't bothering nobody. You know what I'm saying? The time, you see what I'm saying? It's like that. You picked the time, and everybody I probably was aware of was in a similar space also, because I ain't see nobody get pulled over, or I ain't see no accidents. You see what I'm saying? So everybody I did see was in a similar space as me. That's how we have correspondences to understand what's going on in the solid world by trying to peep game was how the starting point play out. The starting point is the gas and the liquid. You see what I'm saying? All right, we 12 minutes in. You got to look at everything like a beat. You know, sometimes when you get too human minded, you give too much importance to a thought and feeling and be like, no, it ain't that simple. It got to be something deeper. This is you getting lost. You listening to a person like me saying something like you got to use everything like a bee. It's not me per se saying as an individual, I don't take these things as deeply as y'all. But what shows you a powerful spirit is it ain't what you do, is how you do it and how much you allow it to affect you or not. So I could have a thought or a feeling affect me, or an experience in my life affect me just as much as y'all. But what I do with the energy is the difference. See what I'm saying? That's the difference. Because we all got the same 24 hours. So when you just understand that, it ain't looking at someone like they doing something you ain't doing, or that ain't the point. Or a person wouldn't even be here. I had to create organs and come into this kind of form same way y'all did. So it ain't what you think I'm doing that you're not doing. And it's purely based on comprehension. But it's just purely based on you just not doing something that we all got the ability to do. It ain't got nothing to do with comparing and contrasting. All the way down to manifesting. We all got the same manifesting 24-hour ability. It's just y'all take y'all manifestation skills and direct it towards y'all traumas, y'all insecurities. So y'all manifest more days, more hours dealing with that than actually doing things in the world. You know what I'm saying? And you keep trying to find things to do in the world that those things don't have to be aroused. And a lot of times, shadow government already know that. So these be those jobs y'all rather get, or things y'all rather do, other than the real work. Other than the real work. You know what I'm saying? Now, check this out. Now, let's get into these alignments. Now, we got Mercury conjuncting Mars, right? In Virgo. So, this is going to be, now, you know, Mercury light being in Virgo is home there. But it's in its upstairs. Anytime, everything is in reverse down here. So, you know, upstairs will be internal, downstairs will be external when we think about it mentally. But down here is in reverse. Everything is in reverse, right? So, for the most part, when you think about Mercury, it's in its feminine places in its house. Its masculine places in its house will be like the living room, the porch, and stuff like that. That's what is in Gemini. The esoteric behind the scenes 8th house type things is like the feminine energy. So that's when Mercury is in Virgo. So you can do that for all planets and their signs. But when Mercury is in Virgo, it's in the bathroom, it's in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? It's looking in the closet right now. You know what I'm saying? It's busy right now. You know, it's not dealing with outside and the neighbors and having company and stuff right now. See what I'm saying? So for the most part, when it comes into our internal way of thinking and analyzing right now, we're actually trying to make sense out of our passions, motivations, and desires because it's conjunct in Virgo. So right now we're trying to look and we're seeing our room or the bathroom being dirty at the moment. And we're looking at it to clean it. We want to perfect it. We want to get all the dust from all the corners and crevices at the moment. So we want to perfect whatever energy we have been in that may have been unaware from the outside world in our family, but it's a trauma that we've been dealing with, or it's an acceptance that we haven't fully agreed with yet. And it may be tower moments that we're experiencing, and it's things that we know we have to do to get over that tower moment more sufficiently. And we'll just do that little small fart cloud wiggling room in a shoe period right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's all of us. All the way down to the shadow government, which is why the virtual reality is not sufficiently in yet. Metaverse not sufficiently in yet. This is their global example of they still need wiggle room. We don't ever forget. They all humans, just like y'all. Don't give them no power that they ain't got. It's teamwork makes the dream work. They just got a team with psychology harder than you, and you not going with your soul group to do it, or your soul tribe. That's the only issue. That's the only reason you experiencing blockages, spark clouds, universe against you, this, that, and the third things not met. That what I just explained. That's the only reason. Or it would be no such thing as corporations, industries. Y'all just want to be a part of stuff that's already against y'all anyway, instead of doing it your own and having these things fund you. This is how you put energy in inanimate objects. Make a name for yourself. That's all the energy you need. This is why a millionaire don't have to pay for the things you got to pay for and things of that nature, because they didn't put energy in an inanimate object. Made something lit and became the face of it. So now for another person to even bring some new technology in the world, they got to cut this person a check who already got that money to pay for it just for it to pop to people like you. I'm tired of seeing y'all in that position. Do you want to fight the small battle or the big battle? Know what I'm saying? I'm tired of seeing y'all in that position. Know what I'm saying? And shout out to all my Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that on this end. I'm just making this an example because I know I go against them, but it's people I know in real life that they're cool, right? For an example like this, you got these brothers sell y'all books all day. I'm DoelowDaPilotman already. You know they giving me a free book. See what I'm saying? Because I already got power in an inanimate object. That's it. So I just had to make that, and shout out to all y'all, but I just had to make that as an example on a small scale for average humans can understand. It don't matter what level you on. When you practice what I'm talking about, you're just practicing the universal laws. It ain't no right or wrong. When you just practice universal laws, you ain't got no choice but to start looking at stuff like a bee anyway, because that's what it is. And when you don't look at it like that, you start realizing that's why you made all your mistakes. That's why you wasn't seeing something the right way. That's why you wasn't with God. That you will start seeing that. God will give you a confirmation. Real stuff. I'm a living testimony of that. Now look. Then you have people needing to pay Neil deGrasse for Neil deGrasse to promote them in their colleges and schools and stuff. I ain't even graduate, and I guarantee just and that energy I put in an inanimate object, I will have more resources or more access to Neil deGrasse accepting me to do that than someone who didn't actually did the actual routine. Went to the college for 10 years, did this, met the people that Neil deGrasse told them to meet, and did, you know what I'm saying? I would be able to get there faster, because why? The original process. I put the energy in the inanimate object. Not follow someone who already did that, and then you do everything that the average individual who come here didn't have to even do it. AKA all these colleges named after these individuals, none of these cats went to college. All these billionaires and things of that nature, none of these. And thank you so much for the donation. I love you. You love me. Let's get together. I appreciate that from the bottom of our real stuff. You said we the hardest anywhere. Real stuff. We the hardest. This is the hardest intellect to ever have, because it's the only one for real. They made lost ones because they was like mentally retarded a little bit. And since they came together and got a little bit of intelligence with their philosophy witchcraft, y'all make them appear to seem like the most intelligent. Y'all make them appear to be like, oh, we need to stay using Galileo arguments for the next 1,000 years and stuff. Because that's all. Even low reprobate spirits, like regular humans, even your grandma, she got her own Christianity, but she don't know she's speaking Galileo too. You see what I'm saying? Like, so even when people don't know what they're doing, they're just using things to fulfill their insecurities or they're lacking. If they're not wise, men who lack wisdom and knowledge shall perish. And things that you're using might get monetary gains of useful energy, but the overall aspect is helping someone else get a whole loaf and you getting breadcrumbs, and then it's because you lack knowledge in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, grandma is good for her to help because the morality in the Bible, but overall, this is why her face is not on the back of no green Polaroid Kodak picture on a box store famous Amos cookie, and you in the same position as her right now, experiencing a generational curse and crying to the government about something and trying to get your 1-2 together. So we have to see things the way they are. And that's how we can figure out how to get back on track. It's all about intellect, all about learning, and get with people who got it. If you don't got it, lower your ego. Where's this egos coming from that y'all humans be having? We can't come together with that. And we ain't say killing the ego. We saying transmute it. Make it look beautiful. Make it look like it's for God. We're here to create beautiful vibes, beautiful environments, beautiful circumstances, beautiful situations. That start with the mind. That's your first body. And when you come together with a group of other individuals, y'all create a beautiful atmosphere, city-like type stuff. God love that. God support that and give y'all all kind of abilities where it start to look like y'all got the possibility to do that in the solid world now. Then the shadow government start following y'all, copying y'all. Hopefully y'all get distracted with the money like the previous people to them and stuff. And then if you know how to rock them to sleep, shit, before you die, you ain't pay a bill in your life, but you had everything in the world. Shit, let me get a credit card that my credit on there didn't risen all the way to $1 million or something like that. I'm be enjoying everything that million got on there. They ain't gonna get $1 from it too. Get it after I die. I'm saying real shit. I know how to play the game too. Oh, I said I know how to play the game too. You ain't gonna stress me out. I'm gonna enjoy everything and live every day like how I'm supposed to. But you got to play the game first. So, I got good credit because I'm playing the game right now, though. But as soon as I get to that maximum and I could go ahead and get that black card or that gold card or that silver card, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I got everything I want. And I ain't paying for it either. You know what I'm saying? You gonna give me when I die. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I know how to play the game. I'm just like the Pope and them. They don't do it. So all they do is show little rings and stuff like that with symbols on them. Yeah, I got my own system too there. And I'm going to rock y'all to sleep while doing it. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Y'all better catch Pete gang. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, yay. We got Mercury conjunct Mars, right? And Mercury and Mars versus Saturn and Neptune. So that's that death match right now. So like I said, you could be in La La Land based upon, your reality may not necessarily make sense at the moment. And you're trying to make sense out of it. Saturn and Pisces. And your dreams and delusions may have a halt to it. And you still don't want to let it go, but you're seeing all the halts in it and the blockages and the forks in the road. Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. Now, you're coming up with more sufficient thoughts and analyzing, right, on how to come up with better ways and better things to work on to be more productive, to kind of make these things possible. Mercury in Virgo. Mars in Virgo is allowing you to have enough passion to go for something and have consistency in it. Now, the thing is, Mars being in Virgo will force you to think that you need consistency in areas that may look like you're wasting your time, may look like you're procrastinating, may look like you're putting too much on your plate. You know what I'm saying? And then you may be doing things you don't even necessarily have to do for the simple outcome of your passions, motivations, and desires, or all you simply have to do is probably become your new self, get rid of these tower cards, finish any unfinished business, resolve anything, and get rid of these ghosts around you. And that's easier than all these actions that you're doing to run from these things or sweep them up under the rug or hide them up under your bed with the skeletons in the closet in your bedroom, esoterically speaking, with Tory Lanez for the next 10 years. So you don't want to be playing catch up for 10 years. Then you getting out the same time Tory Lanez getting out, feeling the courage to express yourself. The only difference between you and Tory Lanez and the skeleton in your closet is you wasn't in jail. You was just in a mental one for 2 years, like 10 years. Lord Jesus Christ. I don't want that for y'all. A lot of y'all already been there for the past 5. Get out of it. Because now you know what you in. Mercury and Virgo. Welcome to Mercury and Virgo. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Mercury and Virgo right now, baby. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got clarity right now. If you've been married, you've been in a flunked out job, you've been missing opportunities. Oh yeah, Mercury and Virgo showing you that all right now. Like, yep, here, yep. You missed that opportunity. Oh, yep. You should have took that job. Oh, yep. You took advantage of that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all just like that. Like it's in order. It's like a plan. It's like in a planner. It's all written out on the calendar and stuff like that. Like somebody, kids helping them, the parents remind them to take their vitamins. It's time to take their vitamins. It's like it's all on the chalkboard. That's how Virgo work. Don't start erasing stuff you know you need to do and be like, oh, not right now. Then replace it with, let me go get some peanut butter and some celery sticks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? AKA stress eating. It's just replaced with other stuff. Oh, I might need to exercise today. Oh, I might need to walk to the park today. Oh, I might need to think like Beavis and Butthead on the couch all day. No, stop erasing the other stuff. God already wrote on the chalkboard, like the investigation room in the DA room. God ain't tell you to take charge and go find the eraser and start erasing. I'm like, oh, no, not right now. No, universe, you know I ain't got to do that. What you mean apologize, universe? What is this? You start erasing all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? What you doing? What you mean this part look like it say my fault? No, you know this ain't nothing was my fault, universe. This is wrong. You start meditating stuff, start lighting sage, like, yeah, this is wrong. You start writing other stuff on there, yeah. I probably need to exercise more, go get 10 jobs, go get some celery. I said just write some, replace it with some other stuff. I said, God ain't say do all that right now. God had what was on there. You know what I'm saying? God showed you why you got the tower moment. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. So Yo, Mercury and Mars and Virgo ain't playing right now. It's showing you. Wait a minute. You better not erase nothing else. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's gonna be bad for your health. That's it. That's all Virgo telling you. That's all Virgo telling us right now. Mercury and Mars. That's all Virgo telling you. Nothing else, or it's gonna be bad for your health. That's it. And it's trying to teach us to do everything in moderation. So I don't care if you ain't even putting nothing in your mouth. Binge watching Netflix all day and stuff like that. That's eating too much. Your spirit eats stars, thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. So eventually it's going to inspire you to get up and do something. And then you want to eat and shit like that. So for the most part, you know, if you sitting around binge watching Netflix all day, then it's going to inspire you and bend in and then become you wanting to watch more Netflix all day. It's like, oh, sad, because that's what's on your mind. That's what you're getting ready to duplicate and manifest. You know what I'm saying? See, if your mind was on your creative gifts and talents, then, you know, you're going to start duplicating. Oh, I'm going to do more of my gifts and talents. Then you start getting around others. You connect with another person that's in your space. You can't wait to wake up tomorrow at that point. Nah, you stress eating and Netflixing right now. And I said, so of course it's gonna manifest. Then another ad gonna come. You gonna be like, oh, I ain't see that yesterday. Then there you go on Netflix tomorrow again, because you seen the ad of a movie that you came across and you ain't seeing the categories. And now you about to go watch that. Then that's gonna lead in. Before you know it, 10 years passed with Tory Lanez in your closet, and you wasn't even in the closet with Tory Lanez. You was in your room the whole time, though, sitting on the goddamn tablet and shit on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So Tory Lanez finally get out your closet and be like, man, we gotta go back outside and stuff like that. He done lost his hairline and shit. You know what I'm saying? You probably never had one and shit. And for the most part, you like, hold on, wait a minute. Do I? Because Netflix just showed an ad about this new Taco Bell movie and say, oh, it says something like Tory Lanez got to remind you that he's tired of being in your room. So one of these decades, you gonna have to get out your fart cloud. That's all I can say. Welcome to Mercury and Mars and Virgo. Hermit mode. You know what I'm saying? Real though, hermit card face. Big Kermit the Frog hermit neck. You know what I'm saying? Get out of hermit mode. It's summertime. 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 You know I got you on my mind. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Oh, flunked out old spirits. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, the house you have Virgo in will be the area you start being self-aware that you have been worrying or stressing about things you're starting to see as goofy or childish, non-grown energy, or you seeing these things as an ego that's non-useful anymore. It may have made sense in that phase during that month or year you was going through, but you're in a new phase, new shift, as above, so below, that no longer is sufficient, and it's actually making things worse if you don't get out of it, aka, which is a correspondence what we all going through right now, us having to be new people. You know what I'm saying? You having to be a new person now. And it's really not you becoming a new person, it's you becoming more your true self. If y'all want to use this term for lack of better words, you becoming your higher self. As a spirit, you becoming more of your idea of yourself and your thoughts and feelings and where you think you should be, more of your gas and liquid other than what you appear to be at the moment in the current, in the solid. You know what I'm saying? You're here to be that in the solid, even if it's not like that in the solid yet. And God is trying to show you, if you go ahead with this shift, your solid will be like that in a much more easier, more going pleasant way, and things of that nature. And don't make it more harder by not having faith, belief in the gas and liquid, and just letting the solid make you think it is what it is. And right now we all experiencing tower moments in the solid, being held back, being demonetized, blocking them, freezing people numbers to try to make it seem like the fake things is lit for the average humans to think, oh, this is life now, and they could use that for their demonic energies to cast stones at others, or to think we in some different world, or to think that this is the person that they need to listen to because they just a reprobate mind. But at the same time, they utilizing all those energies and stuff like that. But when you doing things for God, you know, you have faith, belief in the unseen, and the unseen is the gas and liquid. And then God will show you in the solid that you was on the right path. You ain't have faith, belief, and imagination in the gas and liquid if you're too predicated with expectations in the solid right now. You see what I'm saying? That's all it's about. It's about being aware of what's going on. That's all it's about. Ooh, y'all know they get ready, because Uriel be talking about Dunkin' Donuts so much, right? So you know they had to bring pumpkin spice back early. You know what I'm saying? So late August we get the pumpkin spice early and stuff like that, and they come back in fall around Scorpio season again. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? They've been listening to the universe be looking out for Uriel all the time. Now it's just, when I get down and out and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like after my live streams, I hit the ground. That's for the assistant. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go around the corner and, you know what I'm saying, go get daddy some goddamn it pumpkin spice. And you get you one too. But you know what I'm saying? Just know to take care of daddy so we can do what we do them for the rest of our life. Daddy need that coffee. You know what I'm saying? Not frozen coffee. Thank you so much for the donation. I love you. I appreciate that. I love you. You love me. Let's come together, have a big old family. And not patty wrap, give a dog a bone. Barney here. Now let's go home. And other than that, don't help our souls. You said, I seen that. I'ma buy it and starve them. You seen what? Oh yeah, the pumpkin spice. Yeah, and they gonna have the little pumpkin donuts. They can keep those though. They could keep those though. You know what I'm saying? I've been keeping 100. They can keep the little pumpkin donut and stuff. I don't even like donuts, period, like that. But I mean, every now and then, it's a nice resort when you don't want to eat no food. You know what I'm saying? So I smash some glazed donuts and stuff like that. Good old sugar donuts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Little apple crumb donut and stuff. I was saying little apple. I said little apple things in inside of it. Oh, every now and then. Oh, say go travel somewhere. Just pull up at a random mall or something like that. You know what I'm saying? World stuff to start comparing and contrasting the different Dunkin' Donuts. You know what I'm saying? Start thinking like, okay, the Dunkin' Donuts on 45th Street in Amsterdam ain't good as the Dunkin' Donuts over there on 32nd Street. You know what I'm saying? But between goddamn Tremont and shit. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in New York. That's what my mind be on. I don't be giving a fuck about humans. I don't give a fuck about how pretty the buildings look or nothing. My mind always on something different. Oh, I'm saying real shit. I don't give a damn about no sightseeing, nothing. My mind on something different, like something else. Like it got nothing to do with humans, the humans around, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Now, also, now, like I said, so let's get into the houses. So the house you have Virgo in will be the area you start being self-aware, more self-aware, and things of that nature, and looking at certain things that you've been worrying and stressing about, like, damn, why the hell I've been worrying and stressing about that? That was about nothing. You know, so all the way down to probably like, looking at the tower moment right now and all the things that you've been experiencing that you gratified or satisfied with to make you think that you made the right decision to develop that tower moment, right? You're probably looking at that right now like, why was I even thinking so hard about that? It wasn't that deep. It's not that serious right now. So everybody lightening up their load right now. That's what God wants people to do too. If your spirit gonna be lighter, you can keep your spirit heavy if you want to. But right now, God got everybody lighting up, and it's got everybody letting bygones be bygones. And it's not saying that you have to actually be committed to any situation or that circumstance, or even these people that pop up back in your life. But it's about self-realization and self-resolving. And that makes you be in a better space. Anytime you got an enemy or something around, like, yeah, you can still think things is that's over with and stuff like that. But always in the back of your uncircumcised frontal lobe and stuff like that, and your pineal gland, you always got to act a certain way based upon that you got someone out there that can use something against you in some type of way. Nobody want to live like that, even if it's a small percentage scale. So that's about having morality and things of that nature. That fart cloud play out as other moments that ain't even got nothing to do with that person in your life. We have to understand we're all connected in this world. So it's about what you know how to get caught up in, like a Charlotte Web, and do a 360 and separate yourself out of, and knowing how to do it. It ain't what you do, is how you do it. You can't be leaving unfinished business. That's like have not being a no-show at your job. You didn't call off. You were just a no-show. That's unfinished business. That's bad for your resume. If you don't want to go to work, at least call off, regardless of how retarded the excuse may sound. And you don't got no doctor excuse or nothing. That's not the point. Still call off so they can have somebody do that that would have been an unfinished business because they're expecting you to come, but you were just a no-show. And that's a small micro example to show you that goes on in the spiritual world also. You got to keep up on that, or you're not a strong spirit or some way, shape, or form. So when you're separated from something, it's however the circumstance may be, it still have to be played out that way, though. You know what I'm saying? It can't be played out as you just sweeping something under the rug and you think you're going to have a good face card. So you might move to another country or move somewhere else and think jobs ain't going to be connected and stuff. Why you think people still trying to get into the police reform and shit, like Meek Mill and shit. Motherfuckers trying to get things off their record. You know what I'm saying? When you got certain things off your record, it's certain things you can't do. It's certain things you can't do with the credit, the stuff in your name. You know what I'm saying? Certain jobs you may want may not hire you, all the way down to if you doing some nasty stuff like being a child offender and stuff like that, you ain't even allowed to live in certain neighborhoods unless you let them know that you a sex offender. And then it's up to them to even decide if you even can live in that neighborhood or not. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where you living at. So I'm just giving y'all physical, solid representations of what goes on where we got all this knowledge from in the first place. The spiritual world. All of us correlating gas and liquids and things of that nature. So if you're not going to deal with the gas and liquid, you're not a spirit that's taking back control of your power, making your mind up. You know what I'm saying? When you let these things go all over the place, okay, your life in the solid world look like it's all over the place. And it's even worse when it's supposed to be the solid world, things that's supposed to be in place, and everything that you supposed to have in place is out of place. Your life is uncomfortable at that point. Of course you can't think straight. Of course you lost in your feelings about shit. Of course you don't have a know-how, don't have a purpose. You ain't got nothing going. Your solid look just like a chaotic gas and liquid. What was that? Now look. So let me go ahead and break this down. So the house you have Virgo in will be the area you start being self-aware that you have been worrying or stressing about things you're starting to see as goofy or childish, non-grown energy or egotistic. But you can also get distracted in the delusion of the opposite house where Pisces is at. And Saturn and Neptune may cause disruptions in your way of fully seeing things clearly, because how you see reality at the moment is predicated in the Saturn and Pisces house. And that might be a delusion. And you're trying to put faith belief like that's actually true and try to build creativity off of it that might not be practical and things, because you're not handling the real issues like your tower moment issues and stuff like that, aka Neptune being there. So these are the energies you may run to make you erase the things on the board that God put there that you know you're supposed to do, to be like, nah, God, it's these things. And you might start writing a whole bunch of Saturn and Neptune and Pisces type stuff. Yeah, I might just need to exercise more, meditate more, get more jobs, get all stuff, just put more things on your plate where to get your manifestations and materializing can be much more easier just doing the gas and liquid work. Instead of keep trying to create new solid works and think that the gas and liquid is going to go away that you already made in your solid situation in the first place to even think like that. So you keep going down the same hole. Stop. Come back home. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the most part, that's how God be talking to angels and stuff. That's where I get my lingo from. You know what I'm saying? My good manly lingo and divine, masculine, feminine lingo. Well, I be getting it from God. I be trying to copy God every now and then. God be like, see, that's why you somewhere stuck between worlds. And I be happy to be like, oh, my bad. I'm just trying to make humans feel good. God don't be care about no feelings. Not even angels though. We forced to only do what we supposed to do. That's it. We ain't even allowed to have thoughts and feelings. So us always falling short to want to feel like y'all and humans and stuff, that's God don't like that from us. So every now and then we'll build something up, then have to destroy it and have to feel bad about it. And then the humans got to look at us like demons. Then God look at us like, well done. I still don't care about you though. Like, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh damn, what else we gotta destroy? You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole little cycle of stuff that y'all won't understand, that the shoes that angels in. And we ain't got no feet. Well, it's cuddle weather right now. It's all drizzling and raining and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now look. So for the most part, like I said, you could get distracted by the opposite house. So let's say if you got Virgo in the first house, right? There's gonna be personal clarity. Right now, things that went on in your personal life, which you chose to share your personal space with, express your personality, personal insecurities, and your personal affairs, the personal people, places, and things and stuff like that. Now you got clarity in that area. Whether right or wrong, you got clarity of the circumstance and your percentage level that you added to it. Or you could be distracted by your 7th house, unresolved relationships. So some unresolved relationship is blocking you from still having clarity about what you want to share your personal space with or what you need to personally deal with in some way, shape, or form. 2nd house. Let's say you got Virgo in the 2nd house. There's going to be valuing clarity. So the people, places, and things that you valued, you got clarity on these things now, right? But you could be distracted by the 8th house. some secret or deep passion or desire. So there may be a secret that someone maybe doing something to you, practicing witchcraft on you or something like that, or manipulating you, or even a self-realization about something, right? Or you may got a secret that you need to express or transform in some way, shape, or form, or maybe a circumstance of your deep passions or desires. It may be something that you're still passionately invested in, or something that you still desire that's distracting you from having clarity from what you should be valuing at the moment. Third house. Let's say you got Virgo in the third house. There's going to be you surrounded by clarity. So your environment, the friends and things of that nature, you're going to be surrounded by clarity. You're going to be clear on who's your friend or who not, or who you need to spend more time with and stuff, and learn more intellect on and start to experience in your environment. Or you could be distracted by the ninth house, Pisces, Saturn, and Neptune. You can be distracted by your ninth house, aka the inability to travel, or something that's dealing with traveling or morality or spirituality, or just your what you have learned and what you are aware of is blocking you, or it could distract you from having full clarity about what friends you're interacting with or your surroundings at the moment. Things you might need to move somewhere, or you're distracted by things in your environment, or it could be vice versa. You might try to travel or something like that, or but you're distracted because you can't travel and you're stuck in your environment in some way, shape, or form. So it can play out like that too. Virgo in the fourth house, right? This is going to be emotional or home clarity. So you're going to have more clarity about family, home, your emotional state. Or you could be distracted by your career and your status and not be able to find a sufficient time to balance these two energies out. So, your career, your status, or whatever you're doing may be distracting you from taking care of things that deal with emotional stability, privacy, or home matters, or domestic issues. Virgo in the fifth house, right? This is expressing or just entertaining clarity. So everybody got their own free will. So, with the fifth house, you might be in your ego a little bit where you just entertaining the fact of, entertaining the fact of being more clear on something, but everybody don't express it and actually do it. So you might be in your ego with the fifth house, but if not, you might be the one expressing clarity. So you're expressing to your surroundings now that you're more clear on things. And you might even express your distaste for someone because now you're starting to realize you're more clear on your relationship with them, and how y'all have fun is no longer productive anymore. Thank you so much for the donation, Eli. No, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. So that's going to be for my fifth house individuals. Don't let the fifth house put you in a weird ego, because it will. And you'll only see things from that lens and justify how it makes sense. And it doesn't. Now, sometimes it does. More on a percentage scale, it doesn't. Sometimes it helps you protect yourself from other people and these people that put you in that space in the first place. But every now and then you get too far into that, thinking that that's what always works, and play that characteristic out in areas that's not sufficient or necessary. And then you have people looking at you like you're an unlikable person, and you're really not. So you have to be careful. Now, so this is going to be expressing or just entertaining clarity, or you could be distracted by your 11th house, your associations, your associate. It's something you associated with, or a person, part of your associations that got you lost in La La Land, Neptune and Pisces, or got you thinking that it's a reality, but it ain't really productible, aka that affecting with the Saturn and Pisces. And even if the Saturn and Pisces may be still in the house before it still play out in that Pisces house. It just might be in the filtering system of the energies of the previous house, due to the fact of, you may have a degree of that house that the planet of Pisces didn't reach yet, because it's only at 5 degrees. And the house you got Pisces might start at 6 degrees or 7 degrees and beyond. So for the most part, you're going to have that planet in the Aquarius house. So the situation may play out in like communication or something like that, but it's going to be communication about still Pisces type stuff, and you'll still experience it in that Pisces house. So peep game. Now, pardon me, y'all. If you got Virgo at home, Virgo at home in the 6th house, this is going to be working on clarity, working on it. So you might not be as clear, but when you working on it, you be even more clear than someone who got the idea and more clear, but they're not going through the experiences to actually be like, oh, but it's actually this though. So they can still be wrong in some way. So you might not be as clear, but you're willing to work on clarity. And then that makes you, when you do things, that makes you actually be more clear about something than someone else who just had the idea and may have wisdom or something like that, or intellect. So for the most part, the sixth house is working on clarity, or you're going to be distracted by a dream or a delusion, something dealing with the 12th house. And you might think that that imagination is more important than the job, and allow that to get you fired or something like that. So be quick, be careful. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be a job. It's anything that you're working on. You could have pulled anything out of any house. You might have been working on something creatively, like your second or your fifth house or your 12th house, and placed it in your sixth house. Made it something you do every day as a routine and pattern. Just make sure once you start to reach those energies that the negative side of the sixth house start to play out, like frustration and wanting to call off and stuff like that. Make sure when you start to feel those energies, it's time to relax a little bit and place those energies from the other houses that you put in the sixth house, put them back in those houses so they can stay in that energy of where you got them from. Especially when it comes to stuff like the second and the fifth house and the 12th house, your creative gifts and talents. Those houses, it's good to put it in the sixth house as a routine and pattern. But as soon as you start to experience that frustration and stuff like that, don't even go too far into that and think you're not doing something right. No, it's time to relax. Put them back into the areas. Put it back into the fifth or the second or the 12th house in those spaces. So when you go back there, it stay good, and you don't add no biases or no what the world affected you about onto those energies. Now those energies not even coming out in their pure state. They're coming out with other toxic energies, and you might start to make people turn away from what you're presenting at the moment. It get deep. It get deep. All right. Seventh house. If you got Virgo in the seventh house, it's going to be relating to things more clearly. So you're going to be more relatable right now, because you're going to, or things that was making you get the short end of the stick, you're now going to be relating to those people, places, and things with more clarity now, so you don't get taken advantage of. Or your relationships, you might see these things in your networking with more clarity, and your parent and siblingships and stuff. Or you could be distracted by your personal life and selfishness, things that's dealing with the first house, and you want your personal space right now. You might get distracted too much to the point that when you need others in your space, it ain't gonna be nobody there. Now, eighth house. If you got Virgo in the eighth house, there's going to be the desire to transform to obtain clarity. So now you're going to have this type of desire to transform so you can get clarity. So right now, don't create too many false delusions, maybe fake Facebook pages and stuff like that to creep on your ex and stuff like that, because this is the energy that you want to be on. You're going to have a desire to get more clarity or something. And it might be directed in the areas of secrets and stuff. So, a secret may not even necessarily be a secret, but if it's hidden from you and it's something you want to discover, it's going to be the energy you in to try to figure it out, whether it's from a family member or associate or co-worker or however the case may be. So you may have the desire to gain more clarity about yourself or the external world, or why you got blockages at the moment, and therefore, or you could be distracted by your personal life, or you could be distracted by some person, place, or thing that you value in the second house. And you might value them, and it distract you from you understanding that this person's actually cheating on you right now, or this person actually rocking you to sleep with shared values and manipulating you and taking your gifts and talents and using it for their value, and getting more of the money out of it or the circumstance. So be careful of that too. Don't get stung. Now, if you got Virgo in the ninth house, right, there's going to be experiencing your morals with more clarity. So your ability to travel internally, externally, see what you have learned, see if that moral system actually work or something you need to get rid of, because the universe and your manifestation and materializing ain't got nothing to do with that and stuff. So you're going to have more clarity on that, or you may be distracted by your friends and your surroundings and your environment. Something in the third house, that a friend may got you lost into a delusion to make you feel like you don't have to travel internally or externally. Internally, have a broader mind, without you being scared if this person's still going to be cool with you or not, or how they look at you, or actually traveling somewhere that this person is trying to say it don't make no sense to, or try to learn something new that this person may not resonate with, so you refuse to do these things when this person is around, which ultimately shows you another weak spirit too. You either do these things and force events in the future to be comfortable, so even when this person around, they already know there's something you care about, and it ain't something you got to think that they see you a certain way, because y'all already built that comfort, familiar. Or it's situations that'll play out where y'all start separating, and you don't need to feel guilty about that too, because that's God showing you that's what you needed to do, because you was wasting too much time anyway. And regardless of the bridge burner or animosity, I'm here to separate you, to put you in that space naked enough, open enough, without that energy in that person, so I can place the right people, places, and things in that energy. So don't be too guilty trying to run back to that energy that's non-supportive and unproductive anyway. You know what I'm saying? God be hard on y'all in the gas and liquid. Y'all just don't see it because you too lost in the solid. Now look, now 10th house. If you got Virgo 10th house, there's gonna be more clarity about your status and your business, or what you need to do to get your business together, or if you in too much gossip type business and stuff like that, and you got too much people in your business as far as the gossip side of it and not the material manifesting side of it. So that's what you need to correlate as far as your status, so you can produce the esoteric and the material side of it, and so you could be seen good, have good people speaking, good status, and have a status based upon an actual business. So when people get into your business gossip wise, it's good business, and that lead into the physical world, you got a business from whatever you was involving yourself in business about. See what I'm saying? Speculative or physically, but operative. Now, you're going to have more clarity on that and who to separate from, who guilty by association, so you can start having a better status and not have no blemishes on your light to reach that mid-heaven. Or you could be distracted by home, family, personal people that you know and stuff like that, and they may be holding you back from having a good status. You might have people that don't even allow you to get into certain opportunities, because every time you go to a gatekeeper, you got something in your backpack, and it's this person, your family member, or this person you close to, that them being with you block you from reaching opportunities and stuff like that. So be careful. Well, that was a smoke sigil sage stick I got off TikTok from the Hebrew Israelite YouTube. I keep forgetting it's the PBS channel. All right, also, so be careful. But you're going to have more clarity about your status and your career and your business. Or you could be distracted by home, family, domestic issues, and private circumstances. Now, 11th house, Virgo in the 11th house. This is you being associated with more clarity. So for the most part, you're going to start to be more clear on the things you associated with. Your public persona, the places you go, how you receive public gains, how you need to adjust yourself if you want to put yourself in that position and stuff like that, how you're seen at your job, what you need to be going to the store for and stuff, or if you just wasting money and stress eating. So these are the circumstances that you're going to start to have more clarity on. Or you're going to start to be distracted by the things you entertain. Netflix and binge watching, or wanting it, or you might get distracted with wanting more attention than paying more attention to what you associated with, and knowing that's unproductive anyway. And the fart clouds there, you don't need to be getting attention from them, because those are representations of birds that had the same feathers, and they flock together, and y'all all dirty swans. You want to go to a higher place, a phoenix, not no ego low swan place. So you need to start understanding that too. Don't let the 5th house allow you to entertain things that take you away from separating yourself and isolating or ghosting people, places, and things, so you can start associating with the right things right now. And then last but not least, Virgo in the 12th house, opposite position. You're going to have more clarity on your dreams and delusions that may be hard for you to let go, because Virgo is in this opposite position. But the harsh reality, the hardness that comes from that is you analyzing that these don't make sense to hold on to it anyway. But for the most part, you may be distracted by something in the 6th house, right? AKA your job or your responsibilities, your duties, your obligations, or what you've been working on. This may be blocking you and distracting you from actually coming up with a new dream and imagination and an ability to have faith, belief, and imagination in. So be careful of that right now also. And that's the houses. I'm trying to raise the comprehension skills of humanity so y'all could be on riding the waters. And once the more you try to make it simple every day, the more you're riding the waters. The more you get confused and distracted, the more you allow the simpleness to lead you into a lost area. Now you're always in search. Now you always need to find. And the stuff, the makeup is right in front of you. You make up the substance. You need to make up your mind. You need to make up love. You need to make up hate. So these are the energies that you need to make up in your own space. So it be the energy that you're wearing. So when you present it in the external world, you get what match that. Now, if you don't know how to create the energy of what you're trying to match, or you don't know how to decipher what you distracted into the world, of what you're trying to quote unquote manifest and materialize, if you don't know the energy is made out of, you always going to be trying to match an energy with unmatching energies. So you didn't put together a wrong alchemy with your gas and liquid to produce, to try to manifest what you think you want in a solid. And what you want in the solid, if you're not spiritually wise, you're not looking how the solid was made out of liquid and gas. So you might not be participating with the same type of percentage levels of liquids and gas. Now you're not matching the same energy that you're trying to be in, and therefore now you're developing frustrations and claiming the universe is this, that, and the third, and God not in your life, and ancestors coming to wake you up when they woke your grandmother up, who still ain't seen nobody sliding on water like skates. What time is it? I go ahead. What time is it? I'll do one more with y'all before I go on my little breathing practice. I got to turn into a yoga star offline. I need to start Snapchatting it though. You know what I'm saying? I be having to twist and tango and stuff like that to release all the strain, because my body go through stress just by talking and stuff like that, because I got a hernia. So sometimes it be hard. I can't even stand straight up. Yeah, I have like a burning sensation in my lower spine and stuff like that. And then, but my hernia ain't even in my spine. It just be affecting everywhere. Then it start affecting the pancreas. Oh, shit. So I'll be having to do some mad stretching. But I did turn into a yoga superstar though. I did turn into a mantra megastar in the esoteric world. I know all the sigils, 6-8 point stars, pretzel, figure 4, leg lock, Ric Flair, woo kind of goddamn it body languages. Real stuff. Where I didn't got so deep in that energy, I start seeing what a lot of Masons do and start realizing why they so flunked. Because they go deep with it. So they'll sit down in a chair a certain way. They'll shake your hand a certain way. They'll make certain postures when they're getting ready to have certain conversations, or if they're in a certain environment and stuff. Because each area is made from a chakra. So when you do these things, you be in the space of the correspondence of what you think you experiencing externally. But they go so deep with it when it comes to the disciplines and stuff like that, to the point that it get retarded. And that's why they ain't nothing but a toilet seat and something like that in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't even be that deep. It don't be that deep. Real shit. They'll sit there and put their shoes in a certain order in the house and something like that. And not failing to realize your geographical location you live on don't even match the actual original position of the sun itself. So you just going somewhere thinking you doing something. But the outcome never be what y'all make it up to be. So y'all just do it as a practice and make sure all y'all steady doing that. But ain't no outcome to that. It's all wrong anyway. Even if you was to sit and think, okay, this is a ritual we're going to do, and then we all do this. We put our shoes on. We take our shoes off, put it on the east part of the door of our house and something like that, which you fail to realize the actual position of what that event play out ain't got nothing to do with east. So based on observation from your low-hanging fruit mentality, you live backwards in general to build some type of discipline for yourself. You think work. But you still ain't got no cures for shit. You still flunked out with wrong starting points in y'all mind. So I don't be caring about nothing, no intellect, no knowledge, no Jew, no Mason got to say nothing. They all retarded. They all children to me. You a child. I don't care how old you think you is. You a child to Archangel Uriel in the spirit world. That's why y'all see me talking to these theologians like children. And they accept it too. I curse them out and everything. These old theologians. But my spirit, it ain't me and my face and my age and what you looking at. It's the energy. It ain't even no matter what I'm saying. Even when they hear me curse them out, they feel the presence behind it. So they just carry the conversation on like they ain't hearing nothing. But let somebody in their neighborhood or somebody be younger than them or disrespectful like that. They be calling the police. They'd be saying it's the most negative stuff in the world. Man, I got too many experiences in real life in eons and eons and eons as actual solid experiences. So the aura is just on me. I don't got to act like nothing. The energy of what it means to act like something is me. Yeah. Well, shit. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. And it ain't about what we saying or what it look like. It's a presence behind it. That's what y'all need to be in search. If you're going to be in search for anything, the ability, not the expectation. And expectations get so deep in y'all chakras, y'all minds, y'all being as a spirit that y'all done gain comfort zones and this y'all safe havens. It's things that y'all hold on to that don't even appear to be an expectation, and it is one. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing enough shadow work, you ain't gonna be able to see what I'm talking about. You ain't doing enough self-realization and taking self-accountability, you know you're not gonna see nothing what I'm talking about right now. Because you, first of all, can't see it in the solid world. Anything I'm talking about right now, you can't see in the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension. But if you go in your mind, you'll be able to point to exactly what city and state and what building I'm at to be like, oh, you talking about this object on this table, Uriel. You'll be able to see it. You just can't. If you lost in the solid, you won't be able to see it. I'm sorry. And that comes to us having to separate what's going on down here right now too, because there's too many reprobate spirits that's oversaturating online right now. So I'm glad the powerful spirits and the content creators is being hard on everybody right now. I'm glad, because I do it anyway. It's just when I do it first, being the Aries, I'm seen as evil. When everybody else do it, it starts seeming as cool. Then I'm doing the same thing anyway. Then y'all in y'all mind, y'all think like, oh well, Dolo doing what everybody else doing now. No, everybody just start doing what I'm doing now and accepting it. That's just how angels come. And then you got to really think in your mind, wait a minute. And then you go on my channel, and then you probably go back 7 years and be like, oh yeah, dang, Dolo is already did that. He did already said that, and hard on it. You got about 10,000 videos on it already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always just new and refreshing. I know how to transmute because I've been doing this for eons. So I know how to pick the right body. So even if I'm in a body right now, I know how to die in the same body and make a new body and express that through this body. So I'm always new to y'all. I'm never old. I'm always new. Like, I'm always new. It don't matter where we at. It's somebody who probably just came out. I'm new to them. But yet I always been here. And I always did everything first. So it's like, it's weird, but that's how angels come down here. I don't know. I can't explain it no further than that. Unless you was with me in the spiritual world, or you my consort or the half or something like that. But other than that, that's the only way you'll be able to slightly understand. Slightly understand. You know what I'm saying? I might got certain percentage levels of little soulmates and twin flames down here. They might not be the maximum level of the half, but they might got pieces of it, so they might understand a little bit. And that's what angels come down here to do. We create soul groups, soul tribes. You know what I'm saying? Growth up. But we all got somebody out here that share your mind. That's your other half. That person share your mind. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes y'all can't stand each other. That's not all the time. So y'all might not never experience that. We're all here trying to find things like that. But every now and then, that's not all the time though. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got the same mind so much, it only can lead into mirroring. So neither party want to give the other one the satisfaction. But the problem with that is, see, it's always a polar end, but the polar end is always the same stick. So so many different starting points here. That's what other half mean. So when you're on the other end of your other half, on the negative end and stuff like that, right? The reason why both of y'all are in the situation of I don't want to give the other the satisfaction, because both of y'all understand what that satisfaction is. See, it's much more easier when you're around someone else who don't share your mind, because they don't understand that perspective you and your other half got. Especially if y'all on the enemy half. So you can relax and ease your mind around somebody else, like your family, friends, and associates and stuff like that. Because you don't got to be in that space of giving them the satisfaction about something on a deep level. You only got that on a deep level with your other half. Things you just give the satisfaction to your family, friends, and stuff like it be petty little stuff that you don't mind to do. You don't mind to help with that. You don't mind to do with that. You don't even look at it like your power getting taken away from. When it comes to the actuality of what God and the universe and existence of it, that's when it's actually influential. That's when it's actually impactful. That's when it's actually something you look at in your mind like it might be something hard to do. Because that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Or it will be easy. But most of the time, it's easy. Like when you find your other half in this world, it's easy. So whatever you're doing in your distraction and you find your other half, it's easy. That's really all the time. Every now and then, it's like that's probably like both of y'all got a soul tie where one or the other took advantage of each other in the previous lifetime. So whoever took advantage of each other, that's one of the people in this lifetime not wanting to give the satisfaction to the other one to repeat the same thing again. But y'all got unfinished business. Y'all got to play something out. If you don't play it out, both of y'all going to experience blockages in some type of way. And both of y'all might come up with ideas like, okay, let's both take this blockage to the grave. Oh, I say, don't do that. Y'all retarded. You don't want to be in your ego that much to the point y'all both be like, or all y'all be like, oh, we about to take these to the grave then. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't going to make it as long as that. Nah, because if one know how to break out of it, the other one just be in their own world. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. But most of the time when you find your other half, y'all already doing the same thing. Y'all just might be from different backgrounds, different circumstances, different locations or something like that. But y'all got the same mind. Y'all know what each other think and stuff like that. Like y'all already know how each other feel. But if y'all the higher octave or one is the other higher octave, so they got to teach the other one when they ain't ready. So it might be a cat and mouse race. And depending on how long it takes for the other one to be ready, now who knows. But when the reciprocation start to play, then that's when y'all would duplicate. You know what I'm saying? Because when y'all share mind and y'all bring it together, y'all be the one thing representation. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all start inspiring everybody else to do stuff. And y'all start to control stuff and stuff. God give y'all some type of authority seat. Some type of king and queen esoteric authority seat. I see it all the time. I see it in people's families and stuff. I got family like this. The ones who married, for some reason, it don't even got anything to do with people being spiritual and know what I'm talking about. For some reason, everybody in the family automatically feel like the best choice to go to for every family, for all family events is the married couple house. The uncle and auntie that's married house. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who alone in their little houses and apartments and having toxic relationships in and out of other people's lives and stuff like that be the main ones who come up with the idea to be like, hey, so where we having the Christmas party at? Hey, Uncle Jimmy's? Why? Because Uncle Jimmy married. So that marriage made, or not even just marriage, they together. So that energy of them together made their mind be on, like, for an example, this is the best way I can explain it, right? Let's say you just a dope and an insecure person. You ain't really got nothing to live for. Let's say you get a love interest or you get something in the world that you actually want. You start thinking of all kind of stuff you want to do. Because you start thinking, oh, if I get a job, I can get that with my first income tax. Or let's say you're getting in love. You just get into a relationship, right? Let's say you just got out of high school. That relationship energy itself is going to make you have enough passion and courage to be like, oh, I need to get an apartment and stuff like that because I don't want to be fucking or trying to build something with a person with my siblings always running around or my mother always running around and stuff like that. So the energy of love, acting out of love alone, push your mind into doing things that manifest in all this kind of different stuff that you would have never worried of, never even wondered. But if you're not doing things out of love, it'd be those same things. But when you start to develop the mentality to do it, you develop more ideas about how it's hard to do it. And you might need this first, and you might need that first. And I guarantee that the first idea you're always going to come to as a conclusion that you're going to need first is what? Support. Another person. Which brings us back to this. Why live in a circular argument when I'm just telling you, it all goes back to this finding your other half or people you connect with. That's it. It always go back to that. So you might as well just do that first. You know what I'm saying? Save the issues, save the drama, save the problems. I'm saying it will save everything in the stickity thing. You know what I'm saying? But, every now and then you can't, people get in their comfort zones, especially when it comes to spirit and female bodies. So if you a man, you're not supposed to treat them like you would treat a man. Like I spiritually ass whoop a man all day, even if they friendly around me. You too friendly. Now if you're a female, it's different, and I allow you to try to beat up on me a little bit because I'm a man. I'm already a rock. Whatever sword a female got, I'm supposed to be the one that can take it. I don't. However negative a female act towards me, I already understand where she coming from. I'm not a man if I don't. I should have came as a female then. I might have been her best friend. See what I'm saying? God put me down here as a man. So you got to teach other men that too. For men can stop going to jail and stuff like that when women change their mind about dealing with you. You don't know how to just deal with that because you probably was raised with your mama. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So it's not necessarily about that when you're a man because you already understand to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes it takes females longer to gain comfortability, and they have to see things from outer place and what how others see others as far as how they're going to be treated. Sometimes they have to see that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's just all about being in that situation of everybody waking up and knowing what's actually going on. You know what I'm saying? And knowing what gender role you play and knowing that from the highest degree so you can play out the higher octave of things. You know what I'm saying? And once you the higher octave of things, you won't be distracted by the lower octave of things. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Because a lot of times the red pills and stuff like that, they put themselves in a situation where they trying to treat females like a man. No, you gotta come at a female a little different. You can't come at a female. You gotta come understanding. You can't, because it's the divine intelligence, and that's the roles we each supposed to play. The man's supposed to play the divine masculine, which is be the representation, the image, the ego of the half of the two halves, and the female is supposed to take the job of the emotional intelligence. Anytime it's and the emotional intelligence is the vulnerability. The female know more about the emotions than the man, so you supposed to know what emotion the man is in when he ain't expressing it. Not you to be too masculine and try to go against him to bring it out. You supposed to already, like for example, I'm a man, but the other half is supposed to handle the emotional intelligence part. So you already know what emotion I'm covering up. So if you're waiting on the job for me to deal with the emotional intelligence, and I gotta wait for you waiting for me to do an action for you to bring out some emotion or some comfortability or something like that, that's an unbalanced relationship, because now you're not allowing the man to be the man and the woman is not being a woman. And the woman is doing man tactics to try to find comfort zone with the man first. And then that automatically put the man in his divine feminine, and the man automatically lack expressing the emotional intelligence. It's not that the man don't have emotional intelligence. The man lack the ability of expressing emotional intelligence. So the man come up with a better idea on what should be said or expressed when it comes to being aware of the emotional intelligence. And it is not coming out as pure and illogical as the female may like it. So the female may think that the man don't have emotional intelligence, where the man is just structuring a better way to express the same thing we both got. And that's where we may clash, and the woman may feel like, well, he's put me in a position of I might feel disposable, and the man feeling like, oh, she's putting me in a position of I got to take care of the female role of the relationship. But the female don't understand that's how the man look at it. But you're hearing it from a man. You know what I'm saying? A man look at it like, why are you making me do the job that's not mine? Thank you so much for the donation. Be the All Soul Group, and he got a channel. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. He got a channel. But yeah, shout out to the whole Soul Group subconscious community. That's how men look at it. So men actions ain't you thinking that, oh, he just don't understand where I'm coming from. No, a man actions is just a man trying to show you this is a better way of dealing with that emotional intelligence. And that might not always be a way that the female like to bond and connect all the time. And when y'all have that discussion or conversation, that makes the relationship better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have that relationship better. Because you would get that word, I understand, out of the man. Because a lot of times that's all you be trying to search for. But the man be expressing what he think about the emotional intelligence, which make him say, I don't understand. Or have the conversation lead into a direction to make you feel like you don't understand. You see what I'm saying? But that's for better males. An actual man just automatically do understand anyway. Things that you don't even understand. You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes a man to do. I might know when you about to get on your period before you even get on your period. So whatever come out your mouth, positive or negative, I'm gonna tell you about to get on your period. You'll be like, damn, Dolo, you was right 2 days later or something like that. Real men supposed to get into the information of everything. Women supposed to get into the statistics and using these things to feel good. So when a man do it too much, that's a man being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes y'all got better males that was raised by women that was masculine, whether they was with their father or not. 9 times out of 10, the way society was, even if you was raised up under married people, your father was the woman. Your father was the woman, and your mother was the wore the pants. Even if your father was the one who had the job, he grew up in a society where for him to even get your mother, he had to play out all kind of weird fart cloud games and make her feel higher than what she is and stuff and do crazy stuff. So off the back, he was the woman, she was the man. So every now and then, when you come across a better male and stuff like that, they play out the same energies the women play out. And sometimes the woman put the man in the emotional intelligence job, and he be thinking he already supposed to do that anyway. So he do everything to cater to make the woman feel good, and that's him acting like a woman. Because from the woman perspective, she like that, but she still understand a man's supposed to have something else. And if she grew up not having no example, she gonna start to become distasteful with her relationship, and that's how she have all her relationships, because she know a man supposed to have something else, but she don't quite know what it is. But she just know the dude she got don't have one, but the thing don't have it. But the thing he do have is the only thing she do know at the moment. So she be in a relationship with really another female friend that just got an Adam's apple at the moment. And when the digmatism wear off because he's actually in another gender body, that's when she start to realize, I no longer want to be in this relationship anymore. And no logical way of explaining it either, though. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's because it's a better male, and then by her not knowing the right thing, she put all the divine feminine emotional intelligence and make him do that job. So now he got to sit around and think, what do I have to do to make her feel all right? And then he have to do it through his masculine things. And then sometimes that don't even work, because you might try to do it with getting a good job, money, bringing some flowers back, catering to something she like. And she might not like it the same way she liked it the first couple of weeks y'all was just got together and when y'all was going on dates. Then as a man, you're not gonna understand, and then she think you don't understand and you don't have no emotional intelligence, and your way of showing your emotional intelligence she don't understand, because she don't understand that you don't got something that another man's supposed to have. And that thing all men's supposed to have is not giving a fuck about thoughts and feelings. If it got something to do with some structure and we gonna be safe for the second. And that's what of all females really in search for, even if they don't know that's what they're looking for at the moment. But the moment a man come across with that, that's what they're drawn to. And it comes into the statistics when they use these terms like why good girls like bad boys. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I've seen this firsthand. I'm from the hood where I got a lot of easy access that I don't even like to do anymore. That was a long time ago and stuff like that. But as far as the spiritual space I'm in, but me still being myself, all I attract is females from the suburbs and stuff like that. So now I'm starting to understand the kind of little concept and stuff, how things be playing out in the damn world. So it's like suburb people trying to come to the hood, I'm trying to go to the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to see that's my godly direction a little bit. Cause it's like I could get met halfway now. Cause I'm from the hood, which gave me the passion to materialize enough to get to the suburbs. And then a person from the suburbs that's trying to come to the hood meet me halfway. And it's like, goddamn it, I'm some hood person that made it to the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Thank you so much for the donation be to all. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. You said develop that ability, man. Real stuff. Yeah, you need that ability. So you gotta not care about that. So therefore, a female feel like, oh, I can stay in my job. I ain't gotta sit around and think that this person is thinking about the things I'm thinking about. Because I know they got a limit. After a while, they about to care more about that. And that's a sense of peace, because all spirits and females' body still need that peace. You could live with a woman, she still needs some alone time. You got to be a man that's into something to the point that you can leave the house for a little bit, something like that. You can do something or go sit in the driveway, and she, in her mind, you ain't busy with your devices. So when you do go do these things, she got to wonder in her own little space what you doing at the same time. No, if you a man and you doing something and it's a godly, you a godly man, for the most part, what you doing, she a part of. So she already know what you going in the driveway, or she already know what you going out and about to do, and she can still have her womanly peace too. And she knows she got a man when he go out and give her peace. He's doing productive things though. He ain't distracted though, because when we together, this cat, he on a godly mission. This man gave me a job. This man made me feel a part of something. This man put me in a position where I got control of stuff and people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she get to have peace and her space. That's when you know you got a man. Now you got a man who distracted. That distraction, once the digmatism go away, because at first you're going to want him to do that, and you giving him the job of the female, securing some emotion. And then he gonna think he always need to do that. So once the digmatism go away, when he's supposed to be doing things, you want him to fuck you all day or something like that. Then when you really want him to go out and about and do it, he gonna think he need to do things like that more. And then y'all all backwards again. And now he ain't got the thing you looking for in men that you might not have grew up realizing that's what you was looking for based upon all the indoctrinations and stuff. And then once a man come around and got that dough, the dude you with ain't even gonna be able to hold you no more and stuff like that. No matter what he say, no matter what he do, no matter all those digmatism things he was doing to make you stick around as long as you was going through that phase in fart cloud. You know what I'm saying? So that's getting deep into relationships though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna start having conversations like this with y'all too. But because this ain't even personal. This is to help y'all understand about relationships and how y'all get together and how y'all stuff be going through negative ends and situations and stuff. But other than that, yeah, it get deep when you get in the spiritual game and stuff. But yeah, I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart. I want to make sure that too late. I'm good to get back to work, because I got some new readings and stuff like that, or alchemy that y'all can do and stuff like that. And I'm planning, so I'm making all these flyers and stuff on the Photoshop, and making this little website and stuff, so y'all can know where to go see the events. You know what I'm saying? How to apply. You know what I'm saying? How to participate. And do all kind of circumstances, you know what I'm saying? Because we're just trying to build the world, the community, and figure out the most efficient way of how to do this in real life, so it don't be too much out of the convenience of anyone, especially such as myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm planning that too mentally, trying to figure out the most efficient way to go about something that I'm not putting too much on my own plate and things of that nature also. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I love all y'all from the bottom of my heart, and we all gonna persevere. Don't go to that. Real stuff. No trolls tonight.